you think Kindiki will be Ruto's running mate in 2027?
Absolutely not.
Never ever.
Absolutely
that
not.
guy will be dropped like
He's
a hot
just
potato.
a space holder. He's just a
Naweka
space holder.
challenge.
Right now.
And he knows exactly where he is.
Steve,
Bandio,
Doreen,
Bandio.
Slay.
We are looking at it from a selfish point of view. I think he's becoming a leader as he was supposed to. He might not be a prime minister, he might not be anything, but then he controls the people that is given to the government, and that gives him power. It's just the same as what you're seeing in America. Elon Musk has a lot of power, like a president. He's not an elected leader, but he has power. So if you are given a position whereby you make decisions and you help make decisions in power and you are constantly in power, he's getting what he wanted. There is really no power that the leader of opposition holds. Nothing. You only have a shadow cabinet and you act as a checkmark. But when you get into a coalition, you get power because you are part of the you're the ruling community. So basically, we can see he's gotten He's gotten very strong cabinets positions for him and his party. So and he's managed to negotiate more positions into that government. Basically, he's getting more power than he would have gotten as an opposition leader. So if we
Let me ask this.
But I assure you, by 2027, Kivumbi.
Neulize, what does Raila, Naruto have in common, and also Gachagua na Kenya, na Uhuru?
All of them want power.
That's it.
All of them want power, but the one thing that I'll say, all of them are also different people.
I know, but I mean, angalia Raila during campaign, imeisha how many years? Angalia Ruto,
Sasa,
Raila na Ruto walivyokuwa. Okay? Angalia Gachagua na Uhuru walivyokuwa. Kumbuka walivyokuwa wanasemana kipindi kile, kwa sababu Uhuru alikuwa anaonekana anamsaidia Raila and all this stuff. Wamemend lini? Wamekuja na nini cha kusema kwamba yes tulizungumza haya, but this is our vision, this is where we want to take Kenya, you know. Wanazungumza tu kwamba hawa walisema wanataka hiki na sisi tulisema tunataka hiki, you know, and it's all lie. Kwa sababu if that was the case, then kwa nini usikae na Gachagua ambaye alikuwa ameshazungumza mambo?
So the common trend we can fairly agree wote ni waongo. You know, like they have no problem with working with someone who walikuwa namkashifu the day before. They have no problem with that.
Goal,
the one thing that we do not know about Raila, we just saw a glimpse of it when he was in a coalition with Kibaki, is that we don't know, you know, like how he'll be if he becomes president. If he ever becomes president, we don't know that. That's an unknown. And the reason I say this is because there's a lot of things that people said about Kibaki.
But I don't think you want to become a president, because that will mean you have to wait for Ruto's second term. Ambayo at that point, you come atakuwa.
So now another thing, one thing with Kenyan politics, Bandio, is that we don't know whether even this coalition will last until the 27. Wanaweza kosana next year.
So you think goal ya Ruto ni nini? Ni kumaliza first term au kupata second term?
Not even kumaliza first term, survival. Huyu jamaa alikuwa ameisha. Ni survival today.
Unaona wale jamaa wa Rigiji au MPs wa Rigiji, because ODM ndo alikuwa na majority parliament. Ruto bought MPs. He bought a lot of MPs.
Azimio had the majority.
Yes, Azimio had the majority. Yeah, Ruto bought a lot of MPs. So that shift with Gachagua, if those Gachagua numbers moved to work with Raila, Ruto was done. And Ruto knows that. And that is why you see when Gachagua is trying to woo Raila. When Raila lost the AU elections, Gachagua alisifu Raila. Unga kubali ndio alikuwa na mtusi. Akisema amemwekea mitego nitakumfanyia nini. He tried to woo him properly. So the thing is here, Raila knows right now Raila knows that he's the perfect matchmaker for all of them.
So now 2025, if things go the way Ruto and Raila want, we might see a referendum later this year.
Ngoja niulize hapa. Na sio swali langu. Doreen anauliza, do you think Kindiki will be Ruto's running mate in 2027?
Absolutely
Never,
not.
Never ever.
Absolutely
That
not.
guy will be dropped like
He's
a hot
just
potato.
a space holder. He's just a
Now
space
make a
holder.
challenge.
right now.
And he
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
exactly where he is.
Steve,
Bandio,
Doreen,
Bandio.
Slay.
It's your time.
Yes.
It's calling
Bandio.
time.
Call.
Let's hear from you, listeners.
All right. Tuambiwa pigi.
Bandio,
Sawa.
unaona wale ministers wa Raila
Yes.
wenye wako kwa government side, Joho, Oparanya, Wandai. Those are the three people who, between the three of them is where
Those are the people
But-
who have political clout.
Anambadi.
Yeah.
and Mbadi.
Yeah.
But two Mbadi, Wandai,
Joho.
and Oparanya is where ODM is looking for its next presidential candidate. So they were given a chance to work as ministers. What one of them find?
Kindiki.
I think it backfired. It's not working for them. But then between kwa hao watatu wanaweza tuwa running mate hapo. If they work together, running mate anaweza kuwa nani? Anaweza kuwa anybody from ODM if they stick together. If they don't stick together, don't be surprised if Ruto leans to somebody from running mate to Northeastern.
Yes.
Or just or running mate
Yes.
from Northeastern or a running mate from somewhere different. But the thing is, the goal here is, and I think this is a mistake, but hiyo party ya Murima inaenda kuformiwa, and it's just going to be backed by Murima people. It's going to be the easiest party to defeat because
Steven anauliza namba ya studio.
they are going to be divided by.
Ngoja ni
Have you
mkutano.
ever heard what Ruto people speak when they speak against Gachagua? Hawamtukanangi, wasema ule jamaa ukabila decisiveness. Kile ukabila tu. They've painted, so that party is going to be painted as a tribal party.
You know, this thing about politics that we're experiencing right now, it's really crazy. Like you said, Raila is being selfish. I like the way the other caller was saying, we're all just going round and round and round and round. Somewhere it has to stop. In my view, I think, like the way Mika says, there was that issue where, what's his face name? Gachagua and Raila were going to be, they were going to have, if they were to come together, they're going to have the most votes. But you guys, I don't know if you caught on, by the time the parliament was going on break, and I put that comment there was a case that the Azimio won, that they were supposed to have the majority numbers
Correct.
in the parliament.
Yes.
And Wetangula was having a problem executing those orders, because that would mean that at that particular moment, they would have to change the whole composition of the parliament. And I think maybe this is the other reason why we're having this coalition again.
Yes, and
Because Baba had the upper hand.
You know, the interesting thing, Sambaza, is, and thank you so much for calling in. The interesting thing is that the three, for lack of a better word, the three Luya kingpins. That's Wetangula, Mudavadi, and then there was one other one. I can't remember the third one. I'll remember. They were missing in action in today's event.
Right.
And
No wonder wamekuwa irrelevant.
yes. So the three Luya kingpins, I can't remember watatu ni nani. So they were
Si
missing in
watatu ni
action.
wawili,
Yeah.
ni kazi na bure.
Yeah.
Wanatoka kazi na bure. Wetangula na nani na Mudavadi.
Yeah.
Wakishiba wasumbuangi.
Yeah. But sasa
Mika yani ish.
I think those guys are also on the chopping block. And if I'm not mistaken, you see like what they're trying to do slow. Watu ni wajanja, they do these things very slowly. You know, like from the moment Baba announced when after the Gen Z revolution, when he made that when he showed support and donated members to Ruto's cabinet, we already knew that this was they were going on their way to form a coalition.
Sasa ngoja
But they're doing
interject
slow.
hapo.
Yeah.
Steve, unaweza ukahold kidogo, kuna simu kutoka out of the continent na tutaki kumhold kwa muda mrefu.
Okay, sawa sawa.
Wewe ukae hapo hapo.
Never hang up.
Hapana,
usihang up. Ngoja.
Wote tutakurudisha tu tukimaliza kuongea naye. Hii nambari za mwisho ni
Amesikia out of continent akafikiri atalipishwa tari.
8886. Hello?
8886, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Welcome to the One Mic Show.
For
having me on your show. It's really good. I normally listen to you, and I enjoy the fact that you come together as a group to explore some of the issues which are confronting Kenya. So I really thank your whole group
Thank you.
for what you are doing.
Thank you so
So
much.
yeah, I would just like to.
Yeah. And tell us your name first. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Australia, and my name is Peter.
Okay.
Karibu Peter. Thank
Karibu
you
sana. Karibu sana, Peter. All the way
Thank
from,
you
I
for
think this is
calling.
our first call ever from Australia.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Peter.
Yeah, I would just like to really register my disappointment from the actions of Raila. So really, I would, for example, let's look at it. Recently, Azimio was identified as a party with the majority. Raila knows that very well. But he pretends he does not know because he wants to prolong Ruto's reign in power. If Raila was serious about being a serious opposition, which is needed in a democracy, he should not be getting in power sharing arrangements. He should be fighting for his party platform to implement his policies. I don't think the guy really wants to be in power at all. The Gen Z opened the door for him to walk into State House. Again, at that time, he could have compelled Ruto to go to a snap general election or dissolve parliament, have a vote of no confidence, force Ruto to resign. But again, Raila pretended to be a dumb person. He does not know what to do. And I was hearing some murmurings somewhere. Apparently, Ruto said to him that, if you don't help me, the army is going to take over. No. So, Raila, for me, I was angry with Ruto before, but now I'm even more angry with Raila. Raila, he has now become a cancer in Kenyan politics. He is not good for Kenya.
But
Yeah.
let me respond to you. Let me respond real quickly. There's really no power that the leader of opposition holds. Nothing. You only have a shadow cabinet, and you act as a checkpoint. But when you get into a coalition, you get power because you are part of the you're the ruling community. So basically, we can see he's gotten how many? He's gotten very strong cabinets positions for him and his party. So, and he's managed to negotiate more positions into that government. Basically, he's getting more power than he would have gotten as an opposition leader. So, if we are looking at it from a selfish point of view, I think he's becoming a leader as he was supposed to. He might not be a prime minister, he might not be anything, but then he controls the people that is given to the government, and that gives him power. It's just the same as what you're seeing in America. Elon Musk has a lot of power like a president. He's not an elected leader, but he has power. So if you are given a position whereby you make decisions and you help make decisions in power and you are constantly in power, he's getting what he wanted. Now, in terms of doing the Gen Z by-elections, the Gen Z protest, if we would have gone for an election at that particular time, I don't think the country was in a capacity to go into an election. We had no electoral body. How would you have had that election? Even if we have said that we follow the constitution and tell Wetangula to rule for 90 days, you cannot create a ABC in 90 days. Our constitution doesn't allow for that. So that would have been a vacuum of power. So those who are genuine concerns that the military will have won or somebody would have taken up the country through that vacuum of power. We do not. The one thing that people talk about and say that they like the West African countries, that is them. Kenya cannot handle war. If we got into a position whereby that the military is taking over or that we are trying to do a coup of war, we will never see peace in that country. Do you know how many of our neighbors have never seen peace? They see us with peace. Do you think all those other leaders in those neighboring countries would have allowed peace to reign in Kenya? If we had a situation where we were in conflict? Never.
Haya, Mika, wacha
During-
tumpatie
during
Peter
the-
chance to respond. Peter.
Yeah, no, I think he raised some good points. But the thing is, when you, for example, during the Gen Z protests, you're going to caretaker mode. There are things that have to be put in place to hold successful election. It can even go for 6 months. But you put in place special mechanisms to make sure that that there are proper structures to make sure that the elections are successful. That's what should have happened. There's no excuse. If Kenya claims to be a democracy or a mature democracy, it's not. But that's what it should have done. There's no excuse. But Raila pretended he does not know. But again,
Peter,
when you say
we have those policies
let
in
me
place.
finish. When you say that Elon Musk is in government, I don't have a problem with that. But I don't imagine the Democrats aligning with Republicans. No.
Okay, now
the
Peter.
problem here is
Yes.
emerging. We have no opposition now. As a result of what's happening right now, there is no credible opposition.
Now, Peter, before we let you go, we still have some buzz on the line. Before we let you go, in a brief 1 minute, we are all complaining. I'm going to ask the same question, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. We are all complaining. People don't like these coalitions that are in power that, like they fight and then they come together again to eat together. Where should we start politically organizing in order to wrestle power from them? Because, okay, fine, we've already criticized them. They're not good people. What do we do? Like in a brief 1 minute before we let you go.
Actually, I support your point. You made a very good point at some point not too far ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we should really go back to the grassroots, educate the people so that they know how to vote properly, vote with dignity and honor. At the moment, the political literacy is non-existent. So we need to go back to the grassroots and empower people, educate people about voting, validate their vote, how to use their vote. So, and I would also say, for now, support those people who have put up their hands. There's Omtata, there is Morara. Those support them. If people see those people being supported, it is going to give confidence maybe to someone emerge in the next 5 years who is going to be very transformational. But we have to be brave to move away from the status quo.
Okay, asante sana Peter.